What is up, everybody? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. As you guys know, through Genfinity in collaboration with HashPack in our Hedera Corner, we are doing multiple interviews across the entire ecosystem. Today, super excited to have Michael Kantor, who is the founder of NFTier. How is it going today, Michael?
It's going great. Thank you on behalf of NFTier for having us and giving us this space. It's really awesome that you are doing this.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, these have been great interviews. Excited to talk with you guys. Maybe just give a little bit of a background. How did NFTier start? And then maybe kind of a brief overview as well about, some of the services that NFTier facilitates.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. NFTier honestly started as a happy accident. I said this story a few times, but I think I had started my own NFT journey for the first time on Avalanche, which is far and away from Hedera. And I had at that time minted my first NFT collection. And my kind of initial question after I had minted is, how do I know how rare this thing is? How do I see the attributes? At that time, the process was like you go to a marketplace like NFT Trade, and then you wait, and the metadata might show up, might not. Then you wait again for the show up, and then you click a button that says refresh metadata. Okay, you can see the attributes now, and that's about it. But you don't really have much more information. There were some players on Avalanche at the time that did rarity and things like that, but it wasn't a simple process to get listed. It was like a coveted thing, like the same way it is on Ethereum with Rarity Sniper, where you have to pay a couple of ETH just to have them do your rarity. Um, I wanted something easier, and I was also curious about developing on Web3 because I've been, purchasing tokens and crypto and things like that for so long. I just wanted to dive in. So I thought, how hard could it be? In a day, we had our first Chrome extension up, and that was the start of NFT. There was no website, no app. It was a Chrome extension, and the only thing that Chrome extension could do was it could see the rarity from this one NFT collection called the Trips on Avalanche. Um, Eventually, folks, they liked it, they downloaded it, they wanted more collections, so we started doing more collections on Avalanche. Eventually, people wanted collections on Phantom and things like that, so we started doing Phantom. And then at some point, um, we wanted the ability to kind of like share your NFT on Twitter. And as crazy as this sounds, there's no way to directly like share an image onto Twitter without having like a website because you need like those OG meta tags that come on the websites, meta information. So I thought, okay, how do I solve this? So we made the first run at our website. And at that time, the only feature the website had was to show a single NFT. That was it. And the whole purpose was just so you can share a link from the Chrome extension and put it on Twitter. Um, Eventually, that kind of grew. We had more functionality and more features. People wanted to see every NFT in the collection at once. So that's kind of how we started doing rarity listings at that point for a wider audience. And the thinking, going back to that first collection that I had minted, it shouldn't be so difficult to get rarity. It should be like easily accessible. Um, so that's when we started kind of building out an automated process. Today, there's two ways to get listed, really. There's the verified path, and you can just go on our website. There's a get listed link. You just apply. It takes about 2 minutes. You put in all your information. And we work directly with collections on Rarity in that aspect who do fill out that form. For example, if you want things weight higher, lower, you have specific traits, you have maybe you minted your collection and you're missing metadata and things like that. So we'll work with you and we'll generate your metadata in that case. The other way is the unverified path. So we have indexers for Avalanche, Phantom, and Hedera that just run basically 24/7, looking for collections that pop up. They pick up the collection and it runs the rarity automatically using our rarity algorithm. Today, going off from our kind of like humble beginnings, we have a Chrome extension, a mobile app for Android and iOS, and we obviously have our website. And through our website, you can track Rarity, you can print your NFTs onto the shirts, stickers, and canvases. You can mint NFTs through our Launchpad. And our newest offering, which we're most excited about, is advanced analytics, starting on Hedera, where you can actually see ecosystem-wide NFT analytics. So that's kind of how we started and how we got to where we are today.
That's fantastic. No, I mean, you touched base, I know from the site, Omnichain, AVAX, Phantom, Hedera, and Cardano. As far as partnerships and collaborations, like maybe dive a little bit down into some of the products and features that you guys do facilitate. So from a collaboration standpoint, and featured collections, how many featured collections do you guys have within NFTier right now? And if it's like ballpark, and what does that look like for the projects that you're, I'm assuming working with, in a more hand-to-hand type way with those features?
Initially, our featured collections was kind of something that we handled internally based on partners who did support us, who, retweeted our stuff, worked with us, etc. But now we're actually moving to a more kind of decentralized approach. We feature 12 collections at a time through that featured collections tab on our navigation and on the homepage. But we index over 2,000 collections on Hedera alone, which means you can find any collection that we've indexed by just using the search bar. But the ones that are featured going forward will be kind of through a decentralized process. And that's through a quarterly governance vote. So our governance vote actually kicked off today for the first time, about an hour ago. So if you own a WokeFems NFT, then you're able to partake in the governance process and actually vote for one of about 28 collections that I believe that submitted proposals to be on the governance vote. And the top 12 from the governance vote will eventually be featured on our website. Those featured collections will show up in a nav bar on the homepage, and they'll have like a featured badge on their collection as well.
That's awesome. Love moving towards kind of the decentralized process and the governance aspects. So really cool that you guys are rolling that out. I kind of want to just run through the list here. So like from a launchpad standpoint, as far as what that looks like for a project that may be interested in launching with NFTier, maybe give us a little bit of an overview of that process, and then can you go over how many launchpad partners you guys have had so far?
Yeah. So the process is pretty straightforward. If you go to our navigation, there's this launchpad listing page. All of the pricing and everything is completely transparent. These are the same prices that we charge mostly everyone, unless you have like really specific requirements that require more effort. We even have a calculator on the page as well. So you fill out the form on our page, you complete the application, and then we review it. The things that we're kind of looking for is, one, is it a legit collection? Is the art like counterfeit or anything like that? So we look at the art, we check if there's already an existing collection that has that art, not just on Hedera, but other networks as well. We check your background to see if you're legit. We check if you're not doing anything like weird or illegal with the collection, just gotta dot our I's and T's. And then we'll kind of meet with you. We offer kind of two options. You can be a verified collection or an unverified collection. So verified collections are actually KYC'd. We use Global ID as our KYC provider, which enables us to kind of see that you're a legit person. We don't share that information with anyone, but it just gives us that extra, like check to know that you're a verified collection. So once we see your application, KYC, we're in preview, we usually will list the partner within a week. It's a really straightforward process where we kind of handle everything from uploading your metadata to putting up the smart contract and creating the token. Our Launchpad right now offers a lot of customization around like the banner image, the image that you have on the main page. You can customize what utility you offer. And we offer as well an additional 4 pricing tiers. So you have like a public list, an allow list, secondary allow list, and discounted list. So collections oftentimes get really creative with how they want to do their launch. We've had some launches where they go for like 3 separate days with each different pricing tier. We've had some span over the account of like an hour between their allow list and their public mint. So we try to work with collections as much as possible to kind of like meet their requirements on that side.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, what was your question?
No. That's fantastic. I think that gives us a ton of insight into the Launchpad aspects. One of the really cool things that I saw that you guys are doing is kind of the TA aspect or technical analysis aspect for NFTs, as far as being able to potentially chart within that. Is that part of the advanced analytics? Is that part of is that a free service that you guys are offering? How is that going to work? Because I think that's pretty slick.
Yeah, that's part of advanced analytics. I can actually demo that for you right now if you're interested. Um,
Yeah,
so
sure. Go ahead. I allowed you to share screen if you want to share screen.
cool. I will just pull up a collection real quick. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Cool. So this is advanced analytics. Advanced analytics goes into kind of multiple tiers of functionality.
Yep.
No pun intended. You have like the ecosystem tier where you can see all of the data related to like the Hedera ecosystem as a whole. You can also dig into an individual collection. Sorry, I have no idea what's going on with this call. So you can dig into the entire ecosystem. You can see the market cap, the volume, sales, holders, etc. I won't dig into each individual chart because it'll probably take me an hour to just go through everything. But I'll give you a brief overview of what you can see as a first-time user. Traders, holders, average P&L across different time periods.
Wow, there's a lot in here. This is awesome.
Yeah, we spent I think close to 6 months iterating on this. Since we launched the Woke Thumbs collection, we've basically been working full-time on advanced analytics. You get a marketplace breakdown, which is pretty cool. We actually had these pie charts very, very early on, but we chose not to display them because it was like 90% in Zeus. But now it's gotten really interesting because you can see a breakdown from some of the other marketplaces that have been popping up, like Hedera, Sentient, Hash Guild. And we've even got secure trades in here as well. And then you can see a distro of market cap by collection and volume by collection as well. There's a lot more in each of these tabs, but since we're a bit conscious of time, I'll jump into your initial question, which was around technical analysis. So if you go into any collection from Advanced Analytics, you can find them by going into this Collections tab, where you can use the search bar, and then you just click the one that says Advanced Analytics. Then you can kind of scroll down over here, and then you can see that that collection has like a TA chart that you can play around with. So we've got this down by the hour interval. I think hourly might not make sense for a lot of NFT collections, so maybe 4 hours. And you can use literally hundreds of indicators that TradingView ships with to actually create charts, MACD, MA cross, whatever you want, really.
Yeah, I think that's great. I mean, it's super cool to see. I mean, especially as the ecosystem grows, as these, as the NFTs even grow more liquid. with more marketplaces and more trading and things like that, I think this is going to be an awesome tool. It's an awesome tool right now. I was really impressed when I saw that you guys rolled it out. Yeah. So, I mean, you can go through a couple more of the things here if you want to, if you have time. I mean, I would love to see it. I think the community would love to see it too, if you want to.
Yeah, I'm happy to. There's a lot of really cool things that we've built here. And with the TA, we actually have the ability to go down to the 15-minute marker. It just wouldn't make any sense right now. Like you said, it's not liquid enough. And you can see we're tracking volume on top of the floor price as well that's getting mapped over here.
Yep.
Maybe I'll step back and I'll go into the overview. We've covered some of this in other videos. So I'll try to point out the most interesting bits that you might be excited about. So we have this collections view over here where you can sort and find from over the 2,000 plus tokens that we have indexed from Hedera. About, I believe, 800 of these actually have a floor price and aren't trading. So a lot of them are either like garbage tokens, passes, whatever, or something like that. And you can sort by volume, 1 day, 7 day, etc. You can also search by collection name. So if I want to find the Wokfems, for example, I can locate it over here, and then I can just pull it up. I can get to that collection from that view. We also have this trending mints tab. So like collections, we're also indexing mints from those collections in, I won't say real time, but close to real time. Probably every 10, 15 minutes or so, these get indexed. So you can see a 7-day view. You can see a 1-day view of things that are actively getting minted in the ecosystem right now. You can see the total mint value, the average mint price. It's average specifically because, you know, when you're minting a collection, there's usually multiple price tiers. Like if you're on an allow list or a discounted list or free mint, you might get a different price than other people do. So rather than putting the mint price, which would be completely inaccurate, we put the average mint price. You can actually see, you know, as a minter, if I'm going to mint a collection, am I getting games here? Are 90% of people getting a price that's like lower than mine? What's the deal with that? So you can get that information by coming here. You can also see how many unique minters there are for a collection. Typically, you want the unique number of minters to be high, or, you know, like if there's, let's say, a collection.
You want a distribution as far as spread out from a wallet standpoint.
Yeah, absolutely. For the partners that we do work with, we also have links to their individual launchpad, so you can see what launchpad those mints are coming from, and things like that. So that's the trending mints tab. And with all of our data, we also have like this export button. So you can actually pull this out, put it into a CSV, and do whatever you want with that data afterward. We have a whale tracker. So the way the whale tracker works is it's not by HBAR balance, it's by your portfolio value. So it looks at all the NFTs that you have on your account, and then comes up with a portfolio value based on those NFTs. And you can sort by lowest, highest, balance, total number of NFTs, the amount of volume they have in terms of buying or selling, how much they've minted. Like you can see this account, even though it's ranked 65, has like the highest amount of mint volume.
Yeah.
I think in today's numbers, maybe that's like close to 10 grand worth of mints, which is crazy. Yeah, any questions on these so far?
No, I'm just watching because everything that you guys have built looks really cool. So just kind of letting you roll with it and going through everything because it's great. All the tools are fantastic for from an advanced analytics standpoint for the people that are using them. I mean, this is great. It's awesome.
Coming into trending sales, this one might take a minute to load. Here we go. So this tab is pretty simple. It's just literally looking at what sales we've had in the last 7 days that are the highest in value. So we can see that Dead Pixel's still on the way up. We still got the Cyber Hedera NFTs at the top and the founders cards. So if you're like coming into the ecosystem and you're curious, what should I buy that's, probably still going to be worth a lot, you can come in here if you're curious, or if you want to get on a bandwagon or something like that.